All right, so should we start this thing?
What subjects are we going?
IPL and then
No. There's only one subject that needs to be covered initially, isn't there?
So, all right then, we'll start. Welcome everyone to Cricket Critics and all that. I'm New Copes as well. Hello, Copes, and V, who's at work.
Yeah, but getting paid for doing this rubbish.
Well, you ain't going to pay me, are you?
Illegal.
Oh, don't you get paid, V?
No, you're not going to pay me for it, so I've got to try and,
All right. I thought, don't you get paid for doing this podcast?
No.
Me and Luke get about 10 grand an episode. Oh, sorry.
Cut it. So
I think we should welcome V back because he was on strike for the last one.
So V, what happened? Where did you go?
I was in America.
How was it?
It was really good.
Any trouble at customs?
I got security checked before I even left this country.
The country of which you're a citizen and subject. That's great, isn't it? Isn't that
what they said to? I'm going to America, and before I even board the flight, the flight attendant goes like very sincerely goes, "You've been checked by the American embassy. Your name." Yeah.
Oh, it's not going to be good. Anyway, enough of this.
Yeah. So
Since we last recorded, we was in the middle of the T20 Championship, where Nukes and I made some predictions. Mm-hmm. The listeners don't know this, but every one of mine was correct, which is why Nukes didn't publish it. I said England will definitely get to the final and be in a commanding position, and then old Ben Chokes will bowl like a bloke with no arms, and some West Indian will slog him around for about 85 sixes in a row. England will lose the World Cup.
It was pretty bad, wasn't it? That last over.
Yeah, every person and their dog knew that Jordan should have taken that last over.
Or a recognised bowler.
If the bloke needs whatever he needs, 19 off the last over. You know what he should have done? Should have got the old Trevor Chappell out.
Roly-poly.
Well, I mean, we all know what deliveries he could have bowled, but, forget it. Let's not worry about that. I have to say it was very inelegant of Brathwaite, because he hit 3 sixes to equal, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then he hit a fourth.
Yeah.
Everyone knows he should have blocked the next two. Everyone knows that.
It doesn't make good TV. Yeah, all the producers.
Leave the next two. Just leave them.
Yeah.
That's right. But no, basically,
it would be nice to hit a six.
If it wasn't England, I'm glad to see the West Indies win it, because their board did treat them horribly.
They've had a bad pay dispute.
Wait.
Oh God, you hate them for some reason, do you?
For some reason? And what reason do you think that is?
They're not New Zealand?
It's that dance.
Is that all it is?
It's that dance. Remember the first time I was really furious. I was angry.
The trouble is, Nukes, you get furious about so many things so often. It's very difficult to keep up with you. You're an irrational man, and for a man for a relatively young man, although not as young as you used to be, it has to be said. For a relatively young man, you are angry a lot.
That's my teenage angst.
Teenage mate. So I've heard people. Someone told me you were pushing 25. I don't think they understand from which side.
Oh no!
Pulling 25.
Yeah, I'm clawing it back. Come back here.
So, what did you think of the dance?
What do you think of the dance, Luke? What have you got against it?
Well, you had the Gangnam Style from 4 years ago, or wherever it was. Do you remember when West Indies won it last time? Right?
Yes.
And now you got this. I don't know what this is. What is it?
It's a champion dance.
A champion dance. And all right, for those that haven't seen it, I'm sure everyone's seen it, but try and explain.
Do you know? I would be. I'm kind of on the same page as you, only because Dwayne Bravo made a song about himself. I think that's.
I like that. I think that's good.
It's not right.
I'm in favour of it.
The best thing.
I mean, I was in favour, but now I know Nukes hates it, so I love it. I think it's brilliant.
No, but the best thing is,
man, he's now my favourite cricketer in the world ever.
The best thing is like when you see Dwayne Bravo doing his dance, but when you see him fail, It's the best thing in the world. It's like, it's the ultimate shame. But then they end up winning, and it really pissed me off. That's why. It's not because, England were in the final or anything like that. It was because I wanted to see him fail after making this song for the T20 World Cup.
He didn't know, did he?
And that's what really gets me.
He's a champion.
It's so annoying. Yeah, well, we've had a flurry of IPL. Yeah.
Never mind IPL. Something happened before that. Let's get on to it.
Do we need to speak about this?
Yeah. How can we not speak about it? I don't know how many episodes of this we've done. And your obsession with this man has driven him virtually to such ill health he nearly died on the spot.
What?
You're stalking him. But this is assuming, of course, he really has a condition. This could just all be a sort of Lord.
No, I think
fake.
Michael Jackson fake his death.
Yeah, to get away from you.
The man that made our podcast, that made this YouTube channel possible, because then it's got, then we have something to talk about. James Taylor.
Yeah.
Ended up retiring.
It's not nothing to do with him. It's your irrational love for this, what is at best a bog standard batsman.
Potential.
Basically, he had a very serious heart condition.
Yeah.
Could easily have died as it happened.
Because all Kobe did was make fun of him every podcast.
I didn't make fun of him. You kept insisting he was good. I kept saying to you, how many runs would he have to score in the next 5 to be good?
Yeah, well,
you'd say this number, and then when he didn't do it, you'd be all upset. It's not my fault, is it? Look, he's a decent cricketer, wasn't he? You just loved him for some irrational reason.
Yeah, and
for some reason, there's been transference onto Sean Marsh, who, if anything, is worse than James Taylor.
Why do you love Dwayne Bravo so much?
Because you don't. I wasn't that worried, but no, I think it's an excellent record. And
there was something else. There's something else I've got to tell the listeners as well. While we was watching the IPL, Anoop said to Kopi, he asked him, which cricketer do you think is the best one? Which one do you think is going to make the most runs? And Kopi goes, Virat Kohli. And then Anoop goes, what are you choosing him for?
No, let me explain.
That's like saying, pick a number between 7 and 9. 8. Oh, what have you gone for 8 for? Why didn't you pick 37? Why have you said pick them? Why did you thought to score the most runs?
Wait, let me explain, right? It was who you're backing, who's your man of the tournament. And you just chose the best one.
Well, I assumed that's what you meant.
A little glory hunter, that's all you are. And
then we asked Noob, who did he like? And he goes, Mitch McClanahan. Because of one performance.
But this is Gupta all over again, isn't it?
As a batsman. Not as a bowler. I'm not choosing him as a bowler.
Flopsy doodles.
Who has got the most runs? I haven't really been following the IPL. I watched a few games.
Just guess.
Who do you think? You know who the answer is. You know what the answer is. You just want us to say it.
Just guess. Just guess who it is.
Who do you think?
Who do you think is the best?
Well, Kohli or De Villiers, I suppose.
You're right. It's Kohli.
Is De Villiers second?
I think he's nearly second.
Who'd have thought that? The best 2 players in the world got the most runs. Although my boy's been drafted in, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, to replace
Sean Marsh. Oh, that's bad news, isn't it? Eh? Imagine that team meeting. Well, we're bringing another batsman in, and Sean Marsh is thinking, I'm all right as long as he's not better than me. Who is it? Ashim Amla. Oh, come on! Talk about bringing a gun to a knife fight. Son of a bitch. But poor old Sean Marsh when they had that meeting. And then he tried. Sean Marsh did what you used to do when you were kids. If you didn't make the football team, no,
I'm injured.
Yeah, I didn't want to play anyway. I've got a bad leg, can't play.
There was.
I wasn't like I was available. I wasn't dropped.
There was.
I'll go back to Australia.
That's like when a girl rejects you. She's ugly anyway. Yeah.
She's lesbian.
She's lesbian.
I'd have to take your word for that.
Did you hear there was something in the media about Kings 11, Sean Marsh as well? They said they refuted some media about there was an argument between Sean Marsh and one of their players.
Oh, yeah.
Glenn Maxwell said that Sean Marsh didn't hit anyone. Who was he meant to have hit?
I don't know. Yeah,
but Glenn Maxwell resolves his issues by throwing excrement at people.
And picking little nits out of their hair.
Have you seen how hairy his arms are?
Look, hey.
Luke, find a picture of how hairy his arms are.
I won't have a word set against Glenn Maxwell. I understand he's learned nearly 50 words of sign language. Sorry, one thing on the IPL. Is it because I'm just a crusty old fart? But isn't it like enough now?
Yeah.
Can we get to the good bit? Yeah. No, I mean get to the where they start mattering again. We're teetering into 50 over World Cup territory.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it's not even a league, is it really? Because
it's a league and then it goes to a playoff.
It turns into a tournament afterwards. So like everything up to that point. So you could be fourth in the league and still win the cup.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they want a big finish, don't they? Grand final and all of that, I suppose.
Yeah, there's too much closure.
I see what they're doing it, but let's crack on now, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
What they should probably do is do a league and then lose a couple of teams.
Well, they lose a couple of teams through scandals anyway. So,
so what we got coming up as well? We've even got Sri Lanka.
Well, this doesn't have the edge it used to have when Noops was loyal to Sri Lanka. But now he's kicked him into touch.
Oh, is Mahela the batting coach for England still?
No. He might be for the one-day series. He's a one-day consultant, not a test consultant. Strauss is very specific about that. He loves a consultant, Strauss.
What does the consultant do?
It's like a contract, isn't it?
I think they turn up, get loads of dough.
It's a short-term contract.
Yeah,
it's a cracking job. I'd love to do that.
I know.
What a brilliant job.
What do you have to consult?
Just hit the ball harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, score some runs. I told him to do that.
You get wickets, you make runs. Done.
Middle.
Yeah.
You do both, get wickets and runs.
Yeah.
And you stand behind the stump.
Yeah, I am a genius. I am a cricketing genius. I don't know what you do if you have to consult Sean Marsh. I'll tell you what, Sean, just fucking stand there vaguely. Just hold it straight and hopefully the bowler will hit it. That's all you can do. Oh, I don't know, I'm like you. We were discovering this thing that Noop's like a teenage girl going out with a 40-year-old biker. He attaches himself to these people. Oh, I love him, man. You don't know what he's like. You don't know
nothing.
I'm sorry. Sean Marsh is useless and you've got to snap out of it. I understand you're on the rebound after nearly killing James Taylor.
I'll just go through a string of, like, really unsuited batsmen.
Who's next? Who are you going for next?
Mitch McClennan.
I'm worried about Mitch McClennan. He looks like he could easily become a psychopath any second. He's right on the edge.
He looks a bit crack addict-y, doesn't he? Kind of
Bulgy eyes.
And what?
He's like, his skin's kind of like sickly pale. You know what I mean? It's not.
I'm not surprised. He's in India. He's probably got Delhi belly, isn't he?
What is going on then with this Sri Lanka match? I take it Owen Morgan. What's happening with Owen Morgan?
What about him?
Is he going to be in the Test team? No.
No, of course not.
He ain't going to be in the Test
team. They
team.
picked the Test squad already. James Vince is going to take James Taylor's place.
And
so England's Test team will be Cook, Hales, Compton, Root, Vince, Stokes, Bairstow, Ali, Broad, Anderson, Finn, I would think.
How tall is Vince?
Why? Normal size.
I'm surprised they didn't pick. What's his face? Dennis Ameni, Willie. I'm surprised they didn't put him in there.
He's not allowed to bowl.
Oh.
Why? What happened?
He's got some. No, it's an injury thing. It's not. It's not an action thing. You were ready there. You'd have loved that, wouldn't you?
Legal action.
Yeah, but you've got to remember he's from England.
He needs to put it back in his pants.
And you can, if you're from England or Australia, you'd never get called for illegal action. You're fine.
Do you think
you never get called?
Do you think India are going to get a lot of reprimands as well? Because
I think you'll find if you're from England, Australia, or India, the bar is higher.
Yeah. Because you got a lot of weird actions coming from India. You remember that Bumrah guy?
What was the guy's name?
Bumrah.
The one who looks like Paul Adams.
How could you miss him out?
Yeah. He's the highlight of the IPL.
Oh my god! I just had flashbacks. I tried to wipe that from my memory.
The bowling action makes you physically ill.
Well, they call it frog in a blender. That's actually what one news report actually named at.
I'll tell you who said it. Pommy Mbangwa said that.
Well, that's what they called Paul Adams 20 years ago.
Frog in a blender.
Yeah.
He, do we even know, what is that guy's name?
Oh, begins with a K. I can't remember.
Kermit.
Look it up.
All I can think of is Human Spider, which Cope came from.
Oh, no.
And then we Googled Human Spider. And
dark afternoon.
You even said, like, I don't know how to explain this. It's definitely off the wrong foot.
Yeah.
His head goes down.
Yeah, he's looking at the pitch when he delivers.
And his arm rotates in an unnatural, disgusting way. Like
disgusting way?
Yeah, there's a lot
However,
of
that is a very good descriptive word.
Oh, it's disgusting. So, look, do you want to give an IPL prediction? Because I don't know much about it.
RCB are going to choke.
Yeah.
Royal Chokers Bangalore.
Probably good draw at Lions.
Mumbai Indians are going to win because they got
the most money.
I'd pay real money for someone to run on the pitch and kick David Warner in the bollocks.
Maybe like, okay. No, this is just my mind now wandering.
All right.
Are you ready for this? What would happen if you kicked a monkey in the bollocks?
It would kill you. It'd rip your fucking head off. Do you know how strong monkeys are?
Like, would it hurt?
Would it hurt?
Well, I don't know. Like, maybe there's some, like... They always have it out, don't they?
You understand? Well, so would I, if society would allow it.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's some, like, weird evolutionary thing where they've got, like, steel balls or something.
You understand there's like half a chromosome difference between us and a chimpanzee?
Well, that could be the half, you know what I mean? That could be
what? If it gets kicked in the... It's immune to pain when it gets kicked in the bollocks.
Not the fact that it's got hair all over it or anything like that. Like
not as much hair as you've got over yours, are there? No, look, yes, it does. The same as if... Why do you want to know that?
I think you should do that.
Have you got one locked up somewhere?
I think you should kick a monkey in the balls.
Oh, no. Nukes has got a dungeon full of chimpanzees he's torturing.
It started off with, like, you know, write me Shakespeare.
That's it. Now listen to me, you fuckers. That was it. To be or not to Clee, that's not. I'm going to kick you in the bollocks.
Oh, how long is infinity? Oh, you know, and then I got bored.
Surely it must be infinity by now.
then I got bored and thought, fuck, let's make them fight.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's game? No! That's wrong! I'm going to kick you in the bollocks. They don't care, it doesn't hurt. Ah, well. That's what you want to know. They keep escaping and playing cricket for Australia. That's the trouble.
Predictions. We got predictions for the England test.
The one coming up on Thursday?
Yeah.
I think it'll be a draw. Yeah, the forecast is terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you cop out. Okay. If the weather holds up.
Oh, well, England will win the series if I don't. Sri Lanka. Sud's injured.
Sri Lanka won it last time, didn't they? 1-0.
They did, but I think you'll find they were a slightly different team then, weren't they?
Yeah, but the human spider. We have to go back onto the human spider because you said he looks like
Alistair Cook. He really does look like Alistair.
He does look like Alistair Cook. Yeah. I'm beginning to wonder, right, if we're not in the Matrix. Do you remember that EA Sports cricket game we had where they only had like 5 generic players? And so they all sort of look the same. I don't think the IPL even exists. I think it's a computer program. They've just got so many faces. No, that's right.
That's what it is.
So they've had to borrow the Alistair Cook graphic. That's what's happening.
They've only licensed like 4 players. So
yeah.
He's like Alistair Cook gone wrong. So like it's like an experiment, like a scientific experiment. It's like, oh, we need to make another.
He's an Alistair Cook clone.
Yeah, but it just the science experiment just went wrong, and there's all sort of like ethics and morals being crossed, and they can't kill it.
Right, okay.
Even though it wants to die, you know.
It's bleeding to death because it's bowling actually. Oh dear!
You just like the reveal. You just see some deformed hand, and then like the guy like looks away, like, oh, I can't look at this.
Like watching Graham Smith back.
Chris Gale's actually made a score.
Well, it was only a matter of time, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Clearly, there were no female commentators then. He's been distracted.
Hey, how long?
He's got a kid now.
How long has he been with his partner?
Well, at least 9 months.
He's procreated, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no chance this kid was born in England, is there? Can we claim it?
Oh, okay. So predictions for, like, let's say we get a few days of cricket.
I think if there's play, I think England will beat Sri Lanka in this series comfortably.
Let's do a different prediction then. Most
Who
runs.
Alistair Cook.
Joe Root.
That is a good one. I reckon.
Just for this first test.
I'm going to go left field and go Ben Chokes. The thing is, I'm getting good value for money because Stokes only has about 10 times less than those.
Hold on.
He'll get more runs.
Where's the first?
Leeds.
Oh, it's a movie pitch, isn't it? I was going to go Matthews. I was going to, go left field and shoot.
Well,
Matthews.
if you're going to pick a Sri Lankan player, it has to be Angelo.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as I can tell, he's just going to play by himself. He might as well just do that and say, "Oh, fucking forget it the rest of the year."
It's Chandival. It's Chandival syndrome. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, basically,
Well, do you remember
he's going to stand on the Leeds Pavilion and chuck 10 stones, and whoever they hit on the head, they're going to play for Sri Lanka with him.
All right.
Oh, here's one thing we need to explain. Just speaking of, like, pundits and commentators and stuff like that. Our dad has an irrational hate. You're talking about irrational.
Your dad being irrational, I don't believe.
He has an irrational hate of a cricketer, so he can join the club as well.
Who does he hate?
Murali Kartik, just for no reason.
Why is that?
There is no reason.
It's just guys that just don't like it.
Don't like
You
him.
said irrational. It's well, good. No, there doesn't need to be a reason. He's a paying punter. He can not like him.
There's no, like, he's really well spoken, and he's a. I suppose he can be a bit kind of like.
He's half decent.
Like, he can get under your skin, like, as a
So
cricketer.
he can be a bit irritating.
I suppose so.
He's quite well spoken. Remind you of anyone who he wouldn't like, Nukes. Someone who's been a bit of a disappointment, Kern, and let him down. Somebody had high hopes for, and then ultimately sort of went against his beliefs. Is that,
Yeah,
maybe there's a connection
My dad's
there.
also disappointed with Sean Marsh there as well.
Everyone's disappointed with Sean Marsh.